Hello Internet, and welcome to Football Fanatics. I'm your host Vincent, and today we're going over the very first game that the Green Bay Packers played here in the 2022 season, and looking at what Aaron Rodgers and the Packers did versus the Vikings defense. So here, the first play from scrimmage, a lot of you will recognize that this is that deep shot to Watson, Christian Watson, that is the rookie, on that go route up top. But if you take time to look at this pressure, or the coverage the Vikings are in, they're in a coverage that they ran quite a bit in the preseason, where it's a 3-3-5 pressure, where the safety in the two corners will rotate up into a cover 3 type shell, and then these 3 remaining defenders will take the underneath, leaving the 5 rushers. So, as we watch it unfold, we have the snap here coming, and Patrick Peterson up top just gets cooked off the line, and of course Christian Watson drops it. However, if he reels it in, that would be a touchdown. Now, if we go back and look at the rest of the team, we'll see that the motion comes in, and the Vikings do a pretty good job at disguising it, as I can't quite decipher who it is here on bottom, this edge rusher, but he doesn't really commit to rushing until right at the snap. Good job. They actually hold the tight end into block, but then again, you need your outside corner to hold up there on man coverage. Now, obviously, it got better as the game went along, and Peterson is a great corner. This is not something I'd expect to see carry out through the rest of the season, but it might be a little bit of something to worry about. Advancing to the next play, we got a 3rd and 4. Now, the Vikings are in a stock cover 2. Now, they get to this cover 2 out of a pretty loaded group. Now, the 2 guys will end up dropping out, and Kendricks, the stand-up, mugged-up linebacker, will actually fake rush a couple steps. Now, that coverage is important to know, just that it's a zone coverage with 5 guys underneath based off the Packers concept. Now, the Packers are running like a quick flat screen type thing, fake, and then this slot receiver who looks to initially block will come in on the slant and hit this window. Now, they're trying to get it between the linebackers, and especially with that fake rush, it delays that topside linebacker from getting there, but a good play call, and it will convert this first down. As we watch that slot receiver off the point, he goes, fakes the block, comes out, not really Hicks can't quite get there, and I can't really blame him. You see Hicks, he takes those couple steps, tries to get over, can't because of the pre-snap alignment. Nothing really against him there, but it is unfortunate to see him not be able to get that. So coming to the next play, Vikings are in cover 1 rat. Now, this is a 2nd down, so not quite as important, but 2nd and 8, you want to get some yardage. Like I said, Vikings in cover 1 rat. What does that mean? Well, depending on how much football stuff you watch, it means cover 1, which means this safety is going to go deep and will have an underneath hook defender. Now, the rat just refers to a variation of it, where you see these outside corners, safety and slot corner, they're going to take their guy. Now, that leaves these 2 linebacker types on the running back. Now, one of them needs to take the zone, one of them needs to take the guy. And that's actually determined after the snap based on the running back's release. If the running back releases down to the bottom side here, this bottom linebacker, I think that's Kendricks, will get him. If he releases up, the top linebacker, Hicks, will get him. So, this is actually a great full field read. So, Rodgers' eyes tell you that he's looking top side, then bottom side, then hits the check down. So what are the route concepts? Well, we got an out and a post backslash over, I couldn't quite tell. And then on the bottom, we got just a fake stick to double go, where both receivers come up, they do that little outside nod, and then get vertical. Now, that post doesn't really win, and you see Patrick Peterson, number 7, already has outside leverage. So as we play this, really no winners. So, nothing on the post. The over gets eaten up. They throw the check down. Kendrick's right there to lay the hit on. So, unfortunate, but looking from the back end, you'll see that Hicks goes back and gets in that window of the post. Comes back to the check down. Not there. Unfortunate that he threw it just for the hit on the running back, but brings up third down. Now this is the 3rd and 8. Now we have a quarter half call. Now what quarter half means is we start by listing the passing strength of the formation. So here there's 3 guys to the bottom and 1 guy to the top, so the bottom side is considered the passing strength of the offense. So quarter means that these 2 safeties, well, the safety and the corner, I should say, are going to be in a quarters alignment, where they take away a quarter of the field each. And the half refers to that backside, where he's in that cover 2 half field assignment. And that allows you to steal an extra guy, because you shouldn't need quarters for that lone receiver on the top side. It's a good coverage. Now, they have a lot of guys up on the line. 2 guys will pop out. That would be Kendricks, and then this guy on the end. Can't quite remember who that is, but it's okay. And as we watch this one, he comes, takes the snap, just gobbled up before it can develop is the unfortunate thing. Now, as we watch it from the back end, now Kendricks here is going to pull some attention of like the guard in the center, allowing the one-on-one with Zadarius Smith versus that right, I think he ended up beating the right guard. Yeah, one-on-one with the guard, just eats through him and gets the sack. If we watch that one more time, Kendricks will hold the center. We have the edge rusher, and this is why having 2 great edge rushers, because you see Danielle Hunter also in one of the big gaps rushing over the guard. Both of them are going to be able to fight the guard rather than the tackle, where they feel like they had a better success. Here it works out for them. So, advancing to the first of their 2 trick plays, we aren't going to show the second one, but they did end up running 2 of them. We got this weird little fake dive, slant, like, type of inside zone run, I think it looked like. Then we'll have this receiver, I think it was Dobbs, come around on this backside. DJ Wanham, this edge defender, and then I can't remember, I think that was Cam Bynum, the safety, do a really good job at staying home and not committing. So as we watch this play develop, fake the motion. Here, flip it. Now right here, you see how wide the Vikings front still is? They're able to go, chase it, and still make a play on it. 24, yep, so that's Cam Bynum. Go make a play on it. Watch Wanham here. Snap, he doesn't chase in. He's able to prevent that quick up-the-field motion, allow Bynum to chase him to the sideline. So for the first time showing any sort of trick play, you want to get more than 6 yards on it. Really unfortunate, especially considering the fact that nothing really has been working for you. Ends up they aren't able to punch it in as they fumble, and now they're already down 16 points. Now that is still 2 scores, so it is recoverable. Obviously, we know they won't recover out of it, but still recoverable, so let's go on forward, see what happens. So as we get to this next play, this is a 1st and 10, and again, we've moved Hicks off that, traditional edge spot. He has actually swapped places with that new linebacker, Jordan Hicks. So Jordan Hicks here is up on top being that edge rusher, and then you got up Zadarius Smith here over the nose. And we're going to run that same 3-3-5 pressure that we ran against on the first play, this time to more success. So, as we see Smith walking up, blows through the center, ends up destroying the running back, forcing Rodgers to not be able to come back across the field into the pocket. We'll watch this from the back end. So, the first thing to notice is right here, blows through the guys. Now, Smith will keep chasing Rodgers, forcing him outside, we'll say, the Vikings' end of the helmet. That allows Hicks here to run and just go get a guy right up the middle, get the sack, ends up being a fumble that the Vikings recovered, and really put the Packers in a bind. So, advancing even a little bit more, game still within reach, but really starting to slip away at this point. We're looking with a cover 4 look for the Vikings, like stock cover 4, where these 4 guys will drop out. That's what they were calling that umbrella coverage on the broadcast. And then your 2 linebackers in slot corner are left to fend underneath. Now they have this little hook route versus Hicks, and with Hicks being such a old school big thumping linebacker, they get the hook, and then that slot receiver just kind of wiggles outside, and Hicks doesn't have a chance. So if you watch that matchup, we got the snap, the little hook, and just wiggle. Hicks nowhere near. Smith comes up, makes a play right at the line to gain, but still decent play. Again, from the back end, you see Hicks lined up inside. Never really had a shot at that one, but good effort. So then here, advancing yet again, we got the next play. So here, we got a cover 1 technically. However, they played it really weird. So you see the safety has cheated extremely far over to the right to cover this tight end. They're worried about, I'm thinking, some sort of tight end matchup here to the right side. But it's cover 1, which means that you have this entire middle of the field to throw against with that deep post safety being cheated over. Now, then, on this back end, they're able to hit this deep end in versus the Vikings corner. Ends up getting a very good play out of it. I think it was a first down. If not, they were able to convert a touchdown later. Good play, though. Watch it from the back end. You see that receiver come up, get the deep in right in front of the face of a Caleb Evans. Good play. Ends up they'll punch it in here, but it's not something you're super worried about at that point in the game, but you'd still like to see a little better effort. So jumping ahead to really their last gasp here, they still have a chance, remember. Because if they really kick it into gear here, they have a decent chance. But they'll have, this time, a half quarter. Or the Vikings will. So you can kind of see it declaring pre-snap with this bottom side corner really fading back, and then the 2 safeties. Now this is half quarter because the passing strength is to the top side. And then you obviously got those 4 underneath dudes. And there's really just nothing, and it becomes a coverage sack. So as we watch, snap, nothing, still nothing. At the last second, maybe that little slant develops. But as we watch it again, we got a slant, like, post route here from the slot guy. We got 2 goes, and then some sort of weird back release that I'm not quite sure what to call. But just nothing off that orbit motion. Even the checkdowns, you could throw them, but they aren't going to gain any yards. Better off to take the sack. From the end zone angle, Danielle Hunter eventually beats that right tackle, but you really can't ask much more against an elite edge rusher. Pushes you behind the chains, but not really your O-line's fault. So here, they're going to go back to that same half-quarter well again. And they were painting this on the safety, I believe it was Cam Bynum at the time. I think this is a lot more Patrick Peterson. So this is, I'm going to say it's smash concept. Except we're going to do a little bit variation. Because obviously we have 3 receivers, not 2. So smash, for those who don't know, get a corner from the slot receiver, a little hook route to hold that flat defender, try and get that one-on-one to the corner. Well, if we just put that like outside receiver on a little slant, then we can put that slot receiver on that normal smash, end up pump faking, and Peterson will bite on that pump fake, allowing a deep shot. Now, that that third receiver, he's just running a seam route up the middle. But you see the slant, Peterson bites up, easy completion, get the first down. As we watch from the back angle, you see on the outside, the slant comes into view, everyone bites up on it, all 3 really, but Peterson the most, get a first down. But that is short-lived, as here, another sack, we got another one of those 3-3-5 pressures, this time being Kendricks coming in, and he's just going to blow this up, or excuse me, it was a playoff. So we have that, yep, and then I believe if we advance one play, here it is, was one play off, my bad. So here you have that boot, Kendricks blows it up, has to go, check it down, brings up 3rd down. They'd end up punting there, I believe, as we will see shortly. But you have this boot, Kendricks coming in on the blitz. He's able to fire up as he sees the keep, just forces the throw away, brings up 3rd down. And then here we have a cover 3 cloud assignment, which we'll get into right here when the Vikings kind of declare finally. And so this is where we'll have cover 3, except instead of having Peterson roll to this 3rd, we'll have both safeties roll to the top side. And there's really nothing there again. Again, it's 3rd down. Right here, you can't really throw that out. You can't really throw that vertical sideline because both of those would be picked off by those outside deep thirds. Ends up eventually, pressure comes, gets sacked. Now, as we watch it from the back end, as Rodgers gets set. So, we're bringing a 4-man pressure, but Smith, right at the snap, he's going to break hard inside and across the formation. Tomlinson will break outside. That will open up this gap in the middle. Hunter will kind of do a spin move, I believe, off this tight end. Have a wide open lane right there. He ends up missing this tackle, but they have a guy come in, from the secondary Hicks, and Wanham chases him down from the back end. Really good play. Now, advancing to their realistic final Hail Mary shot. Extremely good coverage here by Kendricks. So, why do I say that? Vikings back in cover 2, specifically Tampa 2. Now, the Packers have a great play call versus Tampa 2. They actually have a double smash seam route combo. So, double smash, we talked about it earlier. Both these outside receivers going to come up, sit 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. Both these slot receivers taking some sort of corner inside fade. Now Rodgers chooses not to take them, but to take this middle field seam route one-on-one between the tight end and Kendricks. And Kendricks just eats up the space and doesn't allow the completion. You see right there, Kendricks turns, comes up, and the safety is there. But if we watch him again from the start, you see him really breaking outside first. He doesn't really look into that until the very end. And a lot of it is because Rodgers, as you look, the snap here comes, and he never even looks down that right. He's just kind of... So that's what keeps the safety from really biting outside. But that was really a Kendricks play. And at that point, the game was over. But that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, please make sure to hit like and subscribe. As for the rest of you, I'll see y'all next time. Thanks, and goodbye.